There we go. File. Open. Yo, what's up, guys? I got like so many tabs open right now. I'm trying to chill just so hard today. It's a beautiful day out. How you guys doing? What's up, Vercingetorix? Mr. GDPR. Are you an economics guy? I like that. Data records and retention. Nice. Great packing from Michigan camping. Yeah, dude, that sounds like an awesome trip. Where in Michigan are you guys going to go? You said it was a festival. So is it like a music festival, or are you going to like a Renaissance fair? You gonna be camping out there for a while, chilling in the cabin? Lakes of Fire. Is this like a Nirvana band? Lakes of Fire. I've never heard of that before. Look that up real quick. Lakes of Fire. Let me pull that over here so I can look at it. It's our regional chapter for Burning Man. Huh. I've never been to Burning Man. I've seen a lot of the posts online. I don't actually know what it is. I just assumed it was like a music festival, but also like a spiritually inclined music festival. But as to how I've been pretty great. I didn't film anything or do anything too much yesterday. It was too nice outside, so I just went to the pool, was reading. I have this big Neville Goddard book, so I've been crushing my way through that. And then I filmed a video earlier, which I'm currently working on editing. Oh, why did I export that without a thumbnail? That is naughty, naughty. And that one's going to be on He That Hath. I'm talking about from the book of Matthew, I think it's 13:12, where it's he who has more is given, all of the abundance, and he that has not, all is taken away from him. And the explanation of consciousness and how that kind of permeates through our reality. So I think that will be a really fun video. Not sure what the title of that's going to be because I got to make sure it's fun. If you're just like, here's some Bible verses, a lot of people aren't going to want to watch it, I guess, but that's all a preconception I have. So I'm trying to shift my own reality to one in which, I'm instead of just trying to attract endless amounts of abundance or love into my life, it's more so from here on out going to be, I am of service to all of humanity. And we'll see how that affirmation and identity shift sort of not only permeates throughout my life, but then ripples through everyone else's. Never been to the Big Burn in Black Rock Desert. It's definitely up your alley. I would tell you to read the 10 Principles. Read the 10 Principles. Is that Goddard? Who wrote the 10 Principles? Oh, the 10 Principles of Burning Man. Well, let's read these right now. Sounds like a good use of time. Radical inclusion. Anyone may be part of Burning Man. All are welcomed and respected. Gifting. The act of giving is central. Gifts are given without expectation of return. Decommodification. To create social environments that are unmediated by commercial sponsorships. That sounds nice. Radical self-reliance. Individuals are encouraged to rely on their inner resources. Nice. Radical self-expression. Everyone is encouraged to express themselves in unique ways. Beautiful. Communal effort. Collaboration and cooperation are essential to the community. Civic responsibility. Participants are encouraged to take responsibility for their actions. Leaving no trace. Participants must leave the environment as they found it. Of course, participation, active involvement is key to the experience. And immediacy. The importance of experiencing the present moment fully. These principles guide the culture and ethos of the Burning Man community. Yeah, that sounds like it would be right up my alley, for sure. Like you're hanging out with a bunch of other people that are radically self-reliant and self-expressive to the point where everyone's just in the present moment. There's like no egos, I'm guessing there for the most part, and everyone's kind of just participating, loving, experiencing, sharing, giving to it to one another, and it's kind of like you go somewhere, but you're building a community while you're there, just through the sheer thought that you have for one another, as if it was yourself. That sounds like a great time. Well, now that I know that it's right there in Michigan, I'll absolutely be there next year. Middle of July. I don't know if you guys would want to hang out with me though. Outside, middle of July, I'd be sweating like a stuck pig. You'd be like, "This guy stinks." I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, I don't wear deodorant." Ooh, it's a little spicy. A little spicy right now. Hey, what's up, Heba? Heba. Oh, I've been doing wonderful, Heba. Life's been grand. Lots of sun, lots of reading, lots of meditating, spending time within, making some fresh content. I took a couple days to just kind of like slow my roll a little bit because, to be honest, I get a little tired because I'm sure you guys see the shorts and stuff, but posting those, it's like the hashtagging culture. Ugh. So I'm actually trying a new little experiment where I'm like, no, I don't believe that I need hashtags. I'm in God's algorithm. And so I'm just gonna put like some hippy dippy title on pretty much everything I do, and then just post it. And the people that need to hear it or want to hear it are going to find it. Otherwise, I'm not too interested in forcing my way into some algorithmic change because that shit's it's so tiring. It is so tiring, especially posting to YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and TikTok. And then I had a buddy of mine. He was like, "Hey, you should do Threads as well. And do you have a Twitter?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh, there's so many applications these days. I miss the old days where you could just like hop on Facebook and that was it. And you guys remember that when it's like you hop on there and like after school or something, there'd be like 100 people on, and you could just like click on anybody's name and you're just chatting with them all in the app because there are no other apps. That was like an awesome community all in one spot. So if you posted something, it's like everybody kind of saw it. But nowadays, our attentions are so divided absolutely everywhere that I'm like, yeah, here you go. Just throw it out there. Just be authentic and just throw it out there. It's yeah, because it's sickening how much there is. By the way, I don't know if you guys have seen this before. My favorite coffee cup. It says "You little shit." with Dracula on there. It's awesome. Love it. Oh yeah, so many layers of society for sure. It's kind of like all society is nowadays. It's very programmed, incredibly programmed. But it's great when you get around other people that are unconditioned, unwired that way, because then you can have like a real conversation, which is genuinely what I want more of in life. That's what I affirm to myself is that I'm surrounded with people that I have these real conversations with all the depths. I can share different cultures with. I can mix and match, experience new things and foods. It's just difficult to get to that point sometimes with the amount of layers that you have to go through, especially like they're talking about the news, the weather, sports. Like, get that out of here. Tell me about you. Tell me about you. What are you interested in? Yes, you. I don't give a flying fuck about the Chicago Bears. Oh my God, they've been terrible since '85. I was like, I've never seen my dad depressed, but I think I saw his soul leave his body back in 2007 when they were in the Super Bowl and they were up like 17-0, and then they threw the rest of the game and lost. I was like, man, feed, feed me. He was so pissed. Also, the mix of cultures, nuclear, psychic explosions. Are you saying nuclear psychic explosions like the online culture? It's kind of like a giant conscious bomb going off that when it hits your consciousness, it makes you like change your thoughts and you start shifting to one way. Oh yeah, word cultures too. I'm so happy I don't do that anymore. I couldn't take it any longer. It was just so toxic. And that's coming from like a white guy. I was the toxic. Yeah, having to watch your mouth all the time. I was like getting people would tell me you can't say certain words, you can't do certain things. And I'm like, bro, I was a cost manager for construction. Like I'm talking to dudes that their main language, they're like reincarnated sailors with how they talk. Their mouths are gutter, straight gutter. So I'd be on the phone in an office surrounded by all these goody two shoes, just dropping f bombs left, right, and center. It was awesome because they'd get so pissed. Oh, people are stuck in a weird liminal space where everyone is acting like high school people. Yeah, even like adults. It's like very much like stuck. Like I see it with my mom sometimes. She's stuck on her phone. She's worried so much about like what other people are posting or doing or saying. And I'm like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, the pride thing. That's why I really like doing these every now and then, the live streams, because it's a nice little like ego check. Because I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I know that anyone can watch this in the future. And so if I look like an idiot, that's cool. But I have to like eat that emotion state in the present moment and sort of like kill the ego off because it's a fun zone. That's all I care about doing is having fun and like a loving environment where anyone can type, anyone can have a good time in the comments. Oh yeah, and person, person Jitterick said, "You're in good company." Absolutely. I just have to figure out where Cristiano is, but he's over in the UK, so I'm not sure what time it is there. Yeah, exactly. Like there is no such thing as an idiot. Like if you call somebody else an idiot, that's just a projection from the inside of how you feel about yourself if you were to do something in public most of the time. And then if you call yourself an idiot, well, you should just take care of yourself. You should love yourself more. It's just an insecurity of the soul because you're not being authentic. Yeah, fortune favors the bold. All right, I'm gonna keep responding, but I have to do a thumbnail real quick for the video. So let me find a funny face. What is that at? And I think later tonight, sometimes I have a buddy coming over, but I wanted to do a subliminal affirmation that people can just listen to, where it's very calming, but it will help them be more of that inner self. So it'll probably just be like an I am that I am video, where it's just I keep repeating I am affirmations and probably throw in some of the higher emotions. So like I am love, I am abundance. But more so importantly, just like that I am, and then that's just it. Like everything after the I am is a title that you put on yourself that you don't really need because the I am is the true version of you before you even incarnated. So I genuinely believe that's where the blueprint is for most people of what they should be doing. Not that they should be doing anything out of here, but their happiest version of themselves. Like they've always had that. It's always been there, but how to find it. And if there's a way I can make like doing the sine waves, yes. Happy. I am that I am, and that's all that I am. I like that one. That's actually really good. You're claiming, and then you are saying that you're not the other side. I'm gonna throw that one in there. But I look online and oh, it could be Poppy or Popeye. I'm good either way. It's so true though. I think Neville Goddard would be having a field day nowadays with all the technology. But now since he's been gone for, I think he passed in like the late '60s, early '70s. So now all we have is his books and how he broke down the Bible and understanding all that. And if I can just kind of take some of that intellect that he had, some of that consciousness, and put it into a video that you can kind of go into a deep sleep state or a meditative state with theta waves, that would be wonderful for a lot of people. Or while they're working, something that's like an alpha state. I'm going to try and stay away from doing the beta waves, the higher frequencies. Just stick to the low and then put it at some hertz, whether it's like a 528 or even like higher, like a 963 or a 174. Some of those solfeggio frequencies. Just kind of create that internal frequency around that. That'd be pretty fun. Bullshit. Okay. I gotta finish this. It's lagging. Mom, Mom, why is the internet suck? Oh. So Heba, what have you been up to? Chilling? Oh, this is perfect. Oh, yes. Yes. This is what the doctor ordered. Choose that purple. I did. I noticed you were gone. I was like, where's Vercingetorix? Where's my boy? I've been getting phone calls like crazy all day. Scammers are really out. They're out for blood right now. Manifested? Whoa. Put that up in the corner. My hetero hubby. Baby! Let's get it. I love that title. This is a nice break from Epstein. You know, I have I've been consciously avoiding touching that subject entirely in any videos, but this is a live stream, so we can talk about it. But like all that stuff, I think that's like the final like wake up call for humanity is dealing with all that stuff because they're gonna see people left and right from all nations. Everybody's gonna be on that list. It's gonna be wild. And I was talking to my finance guy about it. He was asking me, he's like, "Hey, you're still holding a lot of stuff just kind of in reserves, like dry powder. You're not investing anything." I told him, I was like, when that list comes out, there are going to be so many CEOs, so many people in high ranking positions that the matrix is going to collapse with that fucking list. And so I only like to buy things when there is blood in the water, and it will be a flood of blood. It's going to be amazing. And all I'm going to do is sit outside, relax, zen out, maybe smoke a bowl. I'm going to grill up some amazing steaks. Just like last night, I had a thick cut ribeye. Did it on the cast iron. And so before I put it on there, I glazed it with honey, patted down the honey, and I put this barbecue blend on there and some good salt, some pink Himalayan. Put it in the cast iron, high heat, probably about like 3, 4 minutes each side. And then I did over easy eggs with a bit of cayenne pepper on top. and sprinkled some pepper jack cheese, steak and eggs. It's like, dude, we have so much to be grateful for. Why do we care? Why do we care about this fucking Epstein list? I'm like, yes, they're disgusting. There are pedophiles out there, but like we don't have to focus on them. It's outsourcing our consciousness somewhere else. It's just gonna piss you off. I oh, hey, what's up, Jeffrey? I haven't seen you for a while. How you doing, Pamela? Yeah, I love you, Pamela. You got the best vibes. And also, I don't even know where you find some of these emojis. I was looking for the dove emoji and I couldn't find it anywhere. I gotta find out where that is because that's such a good one for peace. And you got the infinity. Oh, Christine. Hey yo, we got the firepower in here. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, I spend a little. I don't even know if you can see it really well, but I am like that golden brown man. I just will not get out of the sun. I live out there most days. I'm trying to break down the emojis that Pamela is sending and the messages. I know you're sending messages with these. So let us be faithful, for the flood is coming, and choose peace so the aliens can come to Earth. And then the aliens shall bring us peace to save us from the flood because we are faithful. That's what I'm getting. And fire, the sun, and the lion coming back, the king, and that is going to bring the star. So like our energy levels increasing to Christ consciousness, which I see as the purple, which is like the ultraviolet violet of the crown, and that gets put on our heads. And then grapes. Every time I think of grapes, I think of like the vine, kind of like from the Bible, where it's like you have I can't remember the parable of the vine, but there's like the weeds and the other shit, but you have God's vine. That's where all the goodness comes from, is from that vine. And I see that when that comes back in, that's gonna be incredible. Where everyone is just their pure, authentic self. We get rid of all these bullshit games where we can't just be normal, even if your version of normal is being crazy. I like it. I care specifically for the masses to see that the obfuscation and gaslighting. I'm gonna have to look that word up. I've heard it like once or twice. The action of making something obscure, unclear, or unintelligible. Ah, ah, ah! I get you. Yeah, the gas. It's gonna be really bad. That's why I'm trying to, at least with my friends and family more so than the friends. The friends are pretty good around my age about not watching the news, but my parents are really heavily invested. They're like, "Oh my God, well, we need to know who did what and who's the bad guy." And I'm like, "Stop, stop focusing on the bad guy. There is no bad guy, right? We created the bad guy. We did through our consciousness. We allow this, so we need to change. We need to choose peace. We can't keep, meeting the sword with the sword, the fire with the fire. It's just not going to work out in our favor. We keep doing that type of shit. It's wild. Oh yeah, the DNA. I love these things you're posting, Pamela. Direct connect to the divine vine. By their fruit you will know them. Royal stars, bravest of the brave. Stand up, speak the truth, no matter what the consequences. It's the worst that can happen. You get crucified. Oh, whoa, whoa. We've seen that happen before, and that guy was the goat. So I think I'll take that example from the goat. Live the truth life. 'Cause the shadows, not so much fun. Shadows are pretty dark. They're a little scary. I like that. Love you, buddy Brian. All right, Vercingetorix, you got to hop out of here. Have fun on your trip. Enjoy the packing. Have good vibes all around, and let me know all about it when you get back. What smell is your candle? Honeydew melon. It's very light. Nice. I love it. Uh, Pain Reaver, what are you saying really to? Which part? Oh yeah, I love honey. I put it on all my stuff. I don't have calories during the day. I do intermittent fasting for the one meal, but otherwise at night with my food, I always have like a couple glasses of tea, or cups of tea, not glasses, and pour honey in there and mix it up. Oh, honey is a godsend. It's so good. I love it. Oh no, I'm not gonna end the stream. Not yet. My name equals sweet as. Does it really? Is that what Pamela means? Like the etymology of it? I mean, you are sweet as honey. When I first saw your comments and like the emojis, I kind of thought you were a wanderer soul, where it's like you've been sent here for that like the higher purpose. You're kind of like the brothers and sisters, where you can contact like the extraterrestrials, the other side, higher dimensional beings, and they're here to just purely help people and spread love and light. That's kind of like the immediate vibe I got. I was like, okay, this is a very loving soul that is here to spread peace, joy, and love, no matter what. I like those souls. Those those are the good souls. I like to spend all my time around. Although during the day, another part of my day job is kind of going out into the world and doing a lot of shadow work with people and absorbing their negative energies and transmuting it back toward for them. Because there's a lot of negativity. But I have a couple guys that I'm pretty close with that are struggling with some, let's just say, life-ending diseases. I'm trying to teach them some mindset shifts and health changes that they can make to fight against them, other than just taking cocktails of drugs and chemo and all these other things. What are you creating? I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen. How do I share my screen? Gotta make sure I don't have any crazy tabs open. You know what I mean? Window. This screen? Let's see if I can see how this. Oh, that's nice. So this is currently what I'm working on. I made a video for he that hath more is given, and for whoever hath not, everything is taken away from them. And I'm not sure exactly what the title of that should be. I'm not very good with the whole thumbnail stuff. doesn't speak to me. So I'm wondering about manifested. That could be it because a lot of that is talking about manifesting things through you instead of to you, based off the chair that you sit with or sit in internally with the universe, with God, through the power of the I am statement. I talk about how God is no respecter of person, meaning he doesn't give a shit. Your color, your creed, your nationality, all those sort of surface level identities of the ego don't mean anything to him. More so, what he cares about is who you are, and that's what you get. So, as far as the title goes on that, I'm not sure because I don't want to join the crowd of just like, here's how to manifest things. Like, fuck's sake. Jeez. Yeah. Put on your tinfoil hat. That's how we do it. I like your vibrational affair video. I'm trying to think of which one that is. Let's see. My recent. It's a vibrational affair. Oh, attracting baddies. It's a vibrational affair. I swear, half the time my titles are just trolling. Like I'm just trying to have fun. That's literally it. It's such a good time. Yes, Pamela, I'm there with you. I love that you put the little dash in disease. I I had a video on that talking about um, disease, just disease, your internal state of well-being. One of those that like I'm pretty sure he got like 40 views. I was like, God, this should have millions, but we'll see. YouTube, pay attention. Because yeah, the manifestation community on YouTube is absolutely insane. It's like some of the spiritual stuff is just so out there. I don't even know where they like. What are they talking about? Especially, I was thinking about it too because I wanted to make more videos about like attracting love and relationships into your life. But to a degree, I wanted to walk a fine line there because I don't want people in that imaginative space, the visualization space, to just be putting themselves energetically into somebody else's life because you can do that to have that other person start thinking about you more is by having a conversation in your imagination with them and like hearing their voice and having like an emotional state. But I guess it would just be one of those like disclaimers, use at your own, risk type thing. Like if somebody is already taken or they are already in a relationship, do not go and be troublesome in other people's relationships energetically because they will feel you and they might act out because they don't know why they're having other thoughts of other people. So that's been one of those touchy subjects I've kind of like stayed away from because I've noticed that myself when I was kind of first getting into the manifestation space and visualization. A lot of those videos, there's like, oh yeah, like your SP, yeah, is obsessed with you. And I'm like, that shit is it's so toxic. Oh, is this muffled? Ah, is that better? I'm trying to figure out why this is because I've noticed I've been doing some experimenting so I can do like some ASMR and other affirmation videos. And this mic, it's not it. It just it ain't it. Sounds like it's coming from my head. Hello. Can you hear me now? Hey, what's up, Cristiano? What's up, my guy? You cooking up consciousness? Absolutely. Breaking down Matthew 12:13 and then Romans 2, I think it's 2:11. But yeah, I have to figure out if it's really coming from this. That's kind of annoying because when I set up the live stream, they're supposed to come from this guy.
Hey, can you hear me?
I've, somebody with the codes. They gotta give me the technology codes. I'm suffering out here. Like I have some of my younger friends. They're so good with this stuff. It's like they're better at actually doing tech than they are having conversations. And then for me, I was always good with like Excel, and I understand like enterprise resource systems and stuff like that and accounting. But if it's technology, like the actual guts of a computer, no idea, no clue. Hey, don't say you're in. Do not say you're in an Xbox lobby. I will start acting up. I got banned so many times. I was a squeaker back in the day. Maybe this does have to be like in my face. There. It's like right next to my face. A squeaker. A squeaker was, like when you get into like a lobby and it's the high pitched voice, and they're usually saying like, "I'm gonna fuck your mom," like over and over again, and I'm like, "Bro, your balls haven't even dropped." And they're like, "Yeah, that's what your mother said last night," and I'm like, "God, God, why? Why am I here? I just want to play Call of Duty." Yeah, those were the days. But nowadays, if you say one thing that's a little off colored, you'll get in trouble. Um, yeah, I feel you, Christian. I can barely text. That's that's how I felt when I don't know if you were in here earlier when Pamela was posting, but a lot of the emojis. That's I've just recently been getting better at doing like emojis and stuff. My boomer genes are just coming out, man. Crazy. Have you seen Roblox Mickey? No, I have not seen Roblox Mickey. I've been for shorts and stuff like on YouTube. I like watching a lot of Dungeon Soup. It's absolutely hilarious. It's kind of like a D&D based shorts animated, but there's this barbarian that is like a chaotic good barbarian with a bingo card list, and the bingo card is like the most wild shit you could possibly imagine in that sort of D&D realm. And every video he's like crossing one of them off, and it's yeah. Like one of them was having a gin wish for death. Like, and usually gins are the ones that grant you wishes, like a genie. And so having one of those wish for death is like wild. That's awesome. And every time I just like I light up and I'm laughing my ass off. So I'm trying to think like back in the day what I used to watch a lot of. There was Red and Blue. I think it was like Halo shorts. videos. Oh yeah. No, emojis are absolutely wild. I don't know what this is. Like a Samsung 13, 14, maybe, or maybe it's a 20, 21, 22. I don't know. They jump around numbers. I've had the same phone for like 5 years though, and it's like cracked, but it still works, so it's still good. That's how I am with technology. I'm like, if it's still running, we're gonna keep running it back until this thing actually just straight up dies on. But oh yes, Mama, thank you. I haven't seen you around since like the early. I want to say you were in there when we were doing the Eric and I were doing the podcast together on the couch. Oh, those were some fun days. I was actually looking back and just watching some of those. That shit was wild. I cannot believe some of the things that we said. But also, it's nice to go back because I get to see like how far my own, I guess, consciousness has come and kind of putting my own ego on the back burner. Well, not on the back burner, but integrating it in to my higher self instead of just letting it run the show all the time. And it's like me, 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 me. 'Cause that's no good. We don't want to be doing. Oh, so yeah, last time I I wasn't using this mic, so I recently got the mic, and then I put it up, and because the last audio I was just doing it off my laptop, which is like over here, and so it's crazy to me that the audio quality off a laptop sitting to my left while I'm talking forward is better than a mic that is
Right in my fucking mouth.
like brother, brother. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to disconnect the mic while I'm doing the change. Discard change. I just completely lost what you're saying, Cristiano. Yeah, it's like so blank, and that's how blank, and yeah, basically that's it. I hope that's not what I sound like. But I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to end the call to change out which mic is being used, unless I can go to my audio settings. Wait, it's great now? Maybe
Wait, like right now it's better? Hey, yo. I don't have any rap lyrics. But if I was a rapper, I would be DJ Skizzy. I don't know. Wizard shit. Okay, you know what? I think I know exactly what the issue was before. I had some other subliminals that I was listening to playing in the background. And for whatever reason, maybe that. Man, this is what I'm saying. I don't understand this technology. If I'm listening to something in my headphones, how does that change the audio quality that you guys hear? Unless you could hear the same videos that I was listening to. It makes no sense. Make it make sense. All right. So, guys, I need your input. What are we thinking here? Manifested. And I was thinking let him cook just because I was drinking the tea. And I got my finger up. And then since I reference in the video to go into the closet, as Jesus says, you have to go into the closet alone in silence to pray to the Father. I was going to find a image online from South Park of Diddy and Tom Cruise in the closet. Why don't you come in the closet? We're all in the closet too. Okay, so you guys, you don't think I need any other like emojis or something going on? Because I do like throwing the random emojis in there. It's always a fun time. Let's see. Where do I have those? Let's see. Okay, true. Yeah, when you have way too much going on, it's kind of true. Yeah, it's like overkill. Whereas this, it seems very relaxed. Maybe increase this. Yeah. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I'll just keep it like that. Because I was also, before I started editing this one, I was taking the 12 laws of the universe video, and I was going to split that one up into 12 individual videos just in case somebody wanted to watch like one that's like 10 minutes max. Because I know how I get sometimes. Like if I don't have the time, I'm not going to click on a video that's like an hour and 10 minutes long because I have 10 minutes. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, and then hopefully they have the little snippet cut ups in there to tell me which part is which. But if it's like a new topic, you're not going to know like what the fuck it's even talking about in the first place. So, what do they even mean? True. That's like one of my favorite things to do when I get home. Sometimes I'm just relaxing or I'm cooking is I'll throw a video on in the background and I'll just listen to it while it goes. And like my favorite person for that is like Brian Scott. His videos are sensational. They're so good, but almost every single one of them is close to like 40 minutes to an hour. So it's like I'm not going to sit there and watch it the entire time. I'll put it on in the background. I'll put it on while I'm driving, which reminds me, I just got one of those suction thingies for the car. So you can set your phone up like a phone stand. Because I noticed I'm like, while I'm driving, I'm pretty relaxed most of the time. And the thoughts kind of just flow because I'm outside. I'm getting sun directly in my eyeballs. Whereas sometimes it's difficult while you're inside. I have to film almost immediately after doing like a stretching routine, a dog walk, or like some meditation to have me in that higher vibrational state to then make a video. Because otherwise, yeah, I get pulled out a little too easy, and it doesn't come through as well. One thing I've noticed with planning the title and thumbnail plus thumbnail text content is the title will have a question and the text in the thumbnail will kind of answer it, but with a cliffhanger. Huh. Trying to think how this would apply to this one. Because it's talking about like sitting your ass in the correct chair with the universe. So it'd be like the title would be like manifestation not working. Try this. Have you tried this? Question mark. And then it would be like maybe a quote or something from the video in the thumbnail. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That actually probably would be a much better way to do it. But I'm also like internally, I'm trying to stay away from going overly clickbaity because I don't appreciate it when I see that, especially. But like none of us, like Christine, like your videos are great. Like you don't have any like the clickbait shit. But I know you know what I'm talking about. And same with Cristiano, those videos where they're like, click on this now or else. And I'm like, brother, relax. It's not that deep. Like Jesus wants you to watch this video or else you're not going to ascend. I'm like, I don't think so. Like fear-based titling is not something I will ever do. If you don't watch me right now, you will never manifest. The only thing you'll manifest is a bad fucking time. It's like, okay, brother. Wow. Cool, dude. That's crazy. Damn, I thought you were supposed to be positive. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, curiosity-based titles, 100%. I'll take them every single day of the week over the other ones. Because, oh my goodness. Manifested. Let's read some of these. Thank you, Cristiano, for that. That I'm doing great at what I'm doing enough. Yeah. Because sometimes I get so in my head because I see some of the production value of some of this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have a team of people doing this with me. And the main thing that I'm doing is the content itself. And then trying to also make the thumbnail experience, the title experience, understanding the algorithm all at the same level. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm just like one of those spirituality bros that is good at deciphering different parts of the Bible. And that's what I'm good at. But otherwise, I'm kind of a scrub. Oh, do they? AI thumbnails? Okay, that's really nice to know. because for a while I was using a little bit of Leonardo AI for the subliminals because I'm not actually in the video. It's just I have some like AI sort of visual playing, but I'm wondering if those get demonetized now if you do that. Huh. I'll just have to do like a little snippet. Maybe I'll just take a picture of me cuddling my dog and just put that on repeat. Like, hey, you're going to sit here and listen to these staticky sounds with rain in the background while a man is cuddling his dog because I said so. Ah. With a crossfade. Yeah. I could already see it. Just me like holding it up like, oh, you're such a good boy. Yeah. That's why I think the algorithm has been so kind of busted recently. It's just there's such an influx of garbage. I mean, I don't mind if people use a little bit of AI to help in the making of their videos, but like if the entirety of the video is that AI, like the Microsoft Mike or Sam or whatever it's called, voice talking to you about stuff, and the entire script of the video was created by Chat GPT, and then all the background visuals are created by another AI application. I'm like, oh, I just want to hear a human. Can you just please be a human? Or you can be an alien. That's cool. But like I prefer it if the aliens would just like show themselves. That'd be really cool. Like a Lyran in a video, like a giant lion dude. Kind of looks like a Chewbacca. That'd be great. I would love that. Ooh. Just wipe that off a little bit. All right, so this is exporting. That's nice. I'll get that sent over to YouTube. And then I gotta see, where's my dashboard? All right, let's make this public so everyone can find it. There we go. Close. All right, so that video is now up. Incredible. So that's probably the plan. I have a buddy coming over later. I'm going to try and get him on. I want to do another podcast where I'm talking on the couch with somebody else because we were debating yesterday in his car. Not really a debate, like a loving conversation about the concept of hell. And I'm full send on the idea of reincarnation until you actually walk the path of Christ, like take the example and walk that way. And it doesn't mean that you have to like, kind of like shit on all the religions and be that holier than thou spiritual figure, but kind of like your divine blueprint, like living out the full soul's expression while you're in the flesh. And that's how you get out of this realm of existence. And he was saying like, well, yeah, but like, what about evil people? And I was like, well, depending on their upbringing, depending on the situation that they've had, they may not know all the same information. So we have to meet them with compassion. And also, it's hard as a human being because we're supposed to act out of love, but the highest state of all things is unconditional love. So I don't like to believe in a separate realm of existence where souls get to go and suffer eternally. No, that's here. That's this realm, because you can choose to suffer eternally until you choose the righteous path. and you can just keep living over and over again. And then that's how you know, like an old soul, like we've all heard of that before. Like, oh, that person's an old soul from a young age. They just like magically know things that other people have to learn through experience. It's almost as if they've lived prior lifetimes. So that would be, I think that would be an awesome chat to have. IDK, if you've seen those AI channeled messages, but there's such a parasite. Yeah, no, I've seen them. I try and stay away from them. Even some of the channelers, I don't like. Some of the messages are really positive, but then I look at the underlying emotion of why the person's doing it. And a lot of the times it's like out of a lower state where they're just trying to make money off of it instead of actually genuinely help people. And also, like a lot of the messages that they impart are very AI sounding, chat GPT sounding. And I don't know. Maybe it's just because my soul's not at that point yet that I can just, flutter my eyes a little bit and channel through a message. But if somebody is talking, you can't necessarily tell if there's a script right in front of them. So when I see them on the video and they start the video and they say, I'm going to channel a message for you, and then they just start reading something, but they throw in words like the ums and the likes. I'm like, that's not how Saint Germain would talk. That's not how a Jesus would talk. The Arcturian Council is not going to hit you with an at all. They know exactly what they're going to say well in advance of you even deciding to channel them that message because they're outside of time and space. So it's like it seems like spiritual, yeah, it's like very parasitic just for views. And I'm like, it doesn't resonate. It doesn't sit well. But that's why it's like we have to do our job to kind of like fight against it with genuine, authentic material. Because when you first wake up, you have your spiritual awakening. I used to fall for that stuff all the time because I would see the videos early on about like synchronicities. And so I would believe like, oh, well, this video popped up in my news feed or my YouTube algorithm right away for me. And it was something that I was asking about. And I was like, yeah, that's because our phones listen to us. And so I would watch it and it wouldn't necessarily resonate fully with my soul, but my soul and like understanding the emotional vibration of things wasn't turned on. Like my heart center was the last one for me to get activated, and it's still activating itself currently. That's why I like doing more content posting, more talking with you guys, more actually like authentic conversations, is because I have to step more into being my weird self because I hid it for so long. All right, let me read some of these other ones because Cristiano, dude, I love your comments, bro. Yes, or worse, they're reciting Chat GPT script nervously, like, hello, words, nouns. I am here reading as a person. In the sentence, hello, reading is what I'm doing. And the tone is monotone and lacks humanity. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the monotone ones, I immediately turn them off and I block the channel. I'm like, I don't need that shit in my feed. Get it out of here. But yeah, going between spirituality and ASMR. Like I love the spiritual videos like while I'm awake during the day, but at night like the ASMR ones, especially like the singing bowls are really great for like inflammation if my body's sick. Again, going back to Brian Scott, he's got some deep sleep meditations. He calls them the bliss body meditations that you can listen to, and you feel incredible when you wake up and you're like vibrating as you go to bed. So I really appreciate those ones. But the AI slop stuff, I just won't listen to it. I just can't do it. And then moral relativism is such a wild ride. Ethics is a choice. Yeah, like suffering. And I was talking to you on Instagram about that because I've been piecing through what I want to say in a video about that, because I want to make something where I don't just sound like I'm a narcissistic douchebag, where, because like suffering, if you see other people suffering, that is, you're kind of viewing them as lesser than you. You're like, oh, that person's worse off than I am. Whereas I would rather have a video centered on the idea of true compassion and seeing God in everyone. Because if somebody was, let's say, a homeless person on the street, and you see God in that person, what are you going to do as the most loving act towards another version of God, another version of yourself, instead of taking the high path or the high road that a lot of the moral ethics would tell you to take, where it's like, oh, you should look down on them. You should, do this, this, and this. And then, of course, there's all those channels where it's, you see the homeless people and they give them money or something, but they have a camera and they're filming it the whole time. That shit drives me insane. That's like sickening to me. I'm like, no, like that is another version of you. Like, just do, yeah, it's poverty porn. I'm like, just do the most loving thing. Like, what is your soul telling you to do? Like, if that's God, how would you treat them? Would you go up and you'd have a phone in their face? Would you look down on them? Would you say that they're worse off than you? Or maybe if you've read the Bible, you understand that, like, sometimes people in absolute destitution and poverty are the closest ones to God because their ego has been kind of shattered. And so they're more in their being state than anyone else. Like, those are the people you should really have a conversation with, because they're truly grateful for a conversation. They're grateful when you show compassion towards them. You can learn so much just from like just treating somebody like a fucking human. But this modern age of phones, it is like, bro, oh my God. Oh, we just do stuff for clicks and views, not because our souls are telling us it's the right thing to do, which is absolutely fucking crazy. Consciously Aaron is a favorite. I'm going to look that up right now. Oh, I've seen her before. Oh yeah. She has like an amazing channel. Like the way she does it, because it's a lot of like very bite-sized, like 4-minute videos to 6-minute videos about the Schumann resonance and updating. But she doesn't go like as overboard as some of these other, like, there's this guy that I really love watching. His name's Stefan Burns. He's a geophysicist. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But he talks about like all the solar flares, the solar activity, everything hitting the sun, how it's affecting the Schumann resonance, all the earthquakes going on around the world, different ranges, the tectonic plate shifting. But sometimes it gets a little too fear-based for me, where it's like, oh yeah, like gloom and doom. And I'm like, no, dude, just like report the good stuff and just focus on that. Like, we're all going to be fine. But yeah, Stefan's awesome. But I notice, I think he reads the chat while he's doing the videos, and you can tell when certain comments push him off from his highest self, like his highest alignment. Because you're like, I almost wish it was like a delayed chat for him, because some people are like, oh yeah, we're all gonna die. Oh, the flood, it's gonna take over Japan. And I'm like, dude, just relax. Just don't read the comments. Stefan, just do you, brother. Do you. But I was actually looking at his grounding shoes. I think he just came out with a new pair of sandals. And I was like, oh yeah, I'd probably rock those, or for the winter time, some of the grounding boots. Those look awesome. I was thinking I could buy a pair of those for my parents and then my buddies. That'd be nice. We're just all grounding all the time. We're just the grounded broskies, being sensational. All right. Past lives is such an interesting concept. I love the concept of it. I don't know the full truth, but I'm delving into it more and more by the day, trying to figure it all out. I actually live by a place close to me that does like Dolores Cannon, the past life regressions. And I was thinking about going there and seeing how that plays out. And then I also have this other place that is one of those what do they call it? The giant, like the giant water tanks where they fill them up with salt and you're just floating in there. I'm blanking on the name. Deprivation tanks. I was thinking about getting a membership there, and I could just go and I could sit in there for like an hour or 2 hours and get into like a void state meditation. And that would be really helpful moving forward. But let's look at this other comment from Cristiano. Call me a fence sitter. I'm on the side of cosmic duality. I'm a believer in all and the sacred exchange or sacred energy exchange. I'm there with you on that. I just see, I guess in my point of view, I see this as the lowest of all the realms of heaven, and this is the one where it's a crossover realm between heaven and hell, entirely based off the identification of the ego. So whatever you identify with and whatever your internal state of being is what you get more of, projected back to you via the mirror of reality. But at the higher levels where time and space don't exist because the physical realm goes away, without space there is no time. I see it more of still a dualistic structure, because you have light and darkness, you have the yin and the yang, but I'm not sure how that'd work. I almost want to see it as you'd almost be a god in of yourself, and so you can create endless experiences within that realm, all for God's experience, because that's the whole point of the game, is we're all just God experiencing himself, at least from my point of view. And he wants to experience more of himself. So at the higher realms, you get more powers turned on, but you don't get to graduate to those realms until you conquer the lower vibrational states that make us solid down here, which are like the 7 deadly sins. I watched a guy read the Bible for 90 minutes with an ASMR mic before, and he was very patient, calm, and pleasant the whole time. It made me feel so content. Would you watch that if I did that? Like, if I were to sit here and read one of like the books that because like the 12 Laws of the Universe, that was a short read. But I've been piecing about it more. If I were to sit and I read something that would take me like 8 hours to do, or just have like a live stream and I'm reading through a certain book of the Bible, and then as I go through it, I have my pen with me and I'm underlining things and I'm trying to break down the symbolism of all the allegories and the parables with a chat the entire time. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm just not sure if it would like take me off my alignment having the chat, because I'm like diverting my attention. But yeah, a 90-minute would definitely be doable. And then I would just have to like get the mic up close and just talk in a deep, sultry voice. Yeah. I think that would be a lot of fun. They'd be like, hey, this guy, he alternates between spiritual content and then reading Edgar Allan Poe. This is very interesting. I like this. I'm like, yeah, it's all for fun. It's funsies. Fascinating. I think you got to know some will always push their theology on you despite you offering neutrally calm compassion. I 100% resonate with that. Like one of my best friends is one of those where even though I do this and I'm if you watch most of my videos, not my earlier ones, I was very stuck in my ego back then, but my newer ones, I'm very like calm, passionate, compassionate, focused on the betterment of humanity, pushing us forward. But to him, because I see God in the Bible as consciousness instead of being somewhere up in the clouds, he kind of always draws it back to like, oh, just you're gonna get hit by lightning or you're gonna burn for something like that. Like that's blasphemy. And so yeah, it's like even if you meet everyone with compassion, there will always be those because you don't fit into the structures and the boxes they want to put on you that they're gonna tell you that you're damned forever for it. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I mean, that's chill. Like we can just go grab a beer and change the subject. Do you want to talk about football? Would that make you more comfortable? Do you want to talk about football, bro? Oh, yes. I got to scroll down. There's been so many content. Do you have any advice on launching a spiritual business? I'm planning on launching my services this week. I think the video that I'm posting today will answer some of those questions. But as far as like I don't know exactly what your spiritual business will be, but just sit within the chair of it's already successful. So like before you launch it, a lot of the times it's like, oh, I have to go outside of myself to find clients. I have to go outside of myself to find customers. But the customers, you don't have to go out to find them. You have to go within to find them. And you just have to resonate at a certain energy frequency that is that version of you that's helping literally thousands of people. And that energy will resonate throughout the entire, it will send a ripple wave throughout the collective consciousness. And the people that are going to get the most out of your services will find you. So you'll just start popping up into their algorithm. This is the most important life, obviously. Yet, when you know a past life, you can work on transforming the lower characteristics they may have carried over into this lifetime. Absolutely. That's kind of why I want to do it because I see a lot of like they call it like the black sheep of the family, or in a lot of the spiritual content, they focus on like, hey, you're going to be the one that breaks the mold and you break all those chains, like the ancestral chains, uh, the heredity that you have like in your genes from your past bloodline. And you're going to cure a lot of those conscious chains from yourself. Maybe not chains. It's not the best way to put it. But like those structures. And so like I'm interested in figuring out like what are the things from all my past lives that are now integrated into this life that I've been struggling with, and can I learn from those past life lessons because that's already that life is done. It's been done for a while. Can I look at it in retrospect and learn lessons from it and then integrate those lessons in now so I don't have to relive the same experience again? Spiritual business. Yes, Christine Consciousness. Love Dove. You got this because Great Spirit has got you. Yes, but if it's a long boy, do timestamp that shit. Yeah. That's been my biggest struggle is like going back after I'm done filming something and timestamping, to be honest. read 100 pages, make a video reading the Bible in ASMR, then see how long it is, pause, then make more, like creating a series on content. That's a good idea. And then I can just break it down because the Bible is pretty easy to break down via thumbnails because it would be like, I'm just going to read Romans from the start until, I don't know, verse 40. Although the difficulty with the Bible is because it's so complex and it's not like reading like a regular fictional book where you're like, oh, well, and then this happened and then this happened. It's like, okay, he's saying this, but what is he actually meaning? So like there could be a single verse that could take me a long time to get into. Oh, hey, Pamela, I know Michael as well. Yeah. Our everyday lives. I'm subscribed to him. He's fighting the good fight. Yeah. Like I try and focus most of my time on just like the positivity and uplifting stuff, whereas that guy is like straight up like sword in hand, hammer in hand, like beating demons, even down in the chat. It's funny though when he like laughs at them because sometimes people will act up in his chat and they'll start like shit talking him, and he'll just be like, "Look at this fucking demon." He's like, "Look at him, look at him trying." Just like makes fun of him and just like makes it light and fluffy. But yeah, that dude's got serious work ethic. That's for sure. I don't know when he posts because it's like his videos are live, but I don't know, some of them like, or maybe he pre-does the thumbnail. I'll have to look into how you do that because he posts that it's going to start the next day and it's already got like the topic and the thumbnail. I'm just wondering how that necessarily works with having sourced through material because a lot of the times he's very in alignment, and then some videos I could tell something is not going so hot because he has a lot of glitches sometimes, or matrix attacks, and it will like pull him a little off. But then again, that's the beauty of his message, is the fact that he is completely dissuaded by the negativity. He's like, I'm going to do this irregardless, and you can't stop me. I'm like, you go, Uncle Mike. Lamau Sky Daddy believers might as well believe in Zeus. Yo, that reminds me of something that I saw Cristiano posted or shared on his story on Instagram, where it was like, there's two Greeks inside of you. There's a Spartan and there's an Athenian, and both of them are gay. I'm just imagining Sky Zaddy upstairs, just like in like a short toga. Just regular like Christians absolutely like losing their mind. They're like, wait, Sky Daddy's gay? I'm like, probably. Have you guys ever, most of the Bible beaters, have you talked with gay guys? They're like some of the most fun-loving human beings on the planet. Just saying. Just saying. People project their own conception of reality onto you, regardless of how ideally constructed your concepts are. Yeah. And the beautiful thing is, like, looking back, I used to get so mad at that. And then just asking the question of like, why am I getting upset by them attacking something that I've spent so much of like my consciousness, my time trying to understand more of? Is it's just like, I don't understand and I don't like that version of me that they're being right now, where they're unwilling to even ask the question. But then again, it's a lot of religions, they kind of Bible beat you into submission, where it's like you can't ask questions. But I always like the statement of like, hey, the truth is the truth and has no issue being questioned. The only thing that has an issue being questioned for its validity is a lie because it can't back itself up. We are chain breakers and generational curse breakers. Abso-fucking-lutely. We're here to go crazy. We're here to have a fun time. So everyone else can just see that embodiment of fun and love and joy and step more into it for themselves. That was one of the big things that stopped me from posting a lot, is because I was so worried about, hey, but like, what would other people think? And then I realized, I was like, that's not, even if the video doesn't necessarily help people right off the bat for whatever I'm talking about, it's just somebody having enough of that spine or that pull from the divine telling them what to say. That's what matters. It allows space for other people to kind of step into it and be like, oh, this guy, where are they getting this information from? Is this somewhere I can access to? I'm like, yeah, the infinite storehouse. It's inside, but you're not going to find it as long as you're stuck in that mindset of fear. And that's, I still have them some days where I'm very highly anxious. And those are the days where I'm just like, all right, this is going to be a pool day. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat good food, hang out by the pool, do some yoga, spend time with the boys, hang out with my dog. And everything will be kosher. It'll be good. Wait, I gotta read this one. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, you know how Zeus was railing everyone on the daily, bisexual, just creating so much issues in ancient Greek culture. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like fucking animals too. My man was putting in work. He did not care. A back shot was a back shot to my boy. Period. It didn't matter. I'm convinced in a past life I was a gay man shaman. I have to investigate it. I love that. The big reason I want to learn more about mine is because I've had these recurring dreams since I was a kid where I die in a lot of them, but I've been crucified in my dreams. I've been beheaded. I've been burned at the stake. I've been drawn and quartered. And so Gnosticism always kind of like spoke to me. And I wonder if in past lives I was one of those Gnostics, like one of the Gnostic scholars that was kind of tasked with keeping the information hidden and alive and passing it down through the generations so it couldn't be perverted and destroyed. And that would be that would be a great revelation to have, because that would answer a lot of questions and also make sense with some of the DNA revelations that I've had in the last couple of years. Because I always thought I was just purely European, and now it turns out I got some Hebrew in me and some Egyptian. So who knows? Who knows where the bloodline goes back to? I remember sitting in a youth group at church and just thinking, why is no one raising their hands and why does it feel inappropriate to do so? That is the same I had. It was like those giant, what do they call it? Religious education class, where there was like 100 kids in the class and they would be reading something off to us. And we'd have like these little workbooks. And I can't remember exactly what we were working through in the workbooks. A lot of times you'd like be drawing pictures and stuff because we were younger, and we'd be reading some of the scripture. But we would never ask questions. We were always told, never ask questions. Don't ask questions. And that's kind of this, like, maybe I'm nuts, but I like to see the symbolism of most of churches, how they have the paned glass is because it doesn't allow true light to flow through the glass. It doesn't allow actual light to flow into the rooms. And so and even still, I have this belief like you're not going to find God in a church because you're surrounded by so many other people. You're surrounded, you're singing songs, you're dancing, you're moving. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I love the community aspect of church. That's cool. I'm great with that part. But the whole like you need to crucify the five senses, like the five wounds Jesus sustained while he was on the cross, for you to actually receive that the Father to come through. And you need to like kill off the senses, which you can only do when you go in the closet, meaning like inside your mind up there, the temple in meditation, where it's like you're not hearing anything, you're not seeing anything, you're not tasting, touching, feeling any of the five senses. They're all turned off, so you can finally listen to the voice that is eternal and omnipresent within. Makes sense to me. I am out of my mind and into my hearts. Shine on crazy blissed diamonds. 100%. Yeah, we got some diamonds right here. All of us. This is what I was talking about the last time I did a live stream. I think we had like 3 or 4 people in here. And it's like the high vibe tribe. And these conversations are so important. And I love having them so much. And it's like you could have this, or you could have the giant live chat room where it's like thousands of people in. But if there's thousands of people, it's kind of hard to like have a conversation with them because the chat is just blistering. That's how I feel when I'll stop into some of Michael's lives in the morning, because it's just great vibe. But the chat is moving so damn fast all the time. It's hard to actually like hear out any of the other souls in there or see what they're going through. Zeus got 10 women pregnant, got mortals too, even transformed into a goat to impress a mountain woman. Yo, so Zeus was the goat? Is that what I'm hearing? Sounds like Pan. It was Pan the oh, what do they call that? The half goat, half man. I'm forgetting my mythology. How can I not remember this? I used to love those things. Because I know the half horse, half man. That's the centaurs, the half horse, half man. Half man, half goat. Satyr. The satyr. You have the ability to see people's past lives, but it's not like channeling. That's pretty dope. So like how exactly would that work? Just a sec. I'm gonna put this in here so it can start downloading real quick. Just a second. There we go. And we're back. Half goat. You guys keep saying centaur. I'm telling you, it's a satyr. The Chiron, the Sagittarius sign, that's the centaur, the half horse, half man with the bow. I'm almost 100% on that. Like past 100%. He was my favorite character. I used to play this video game growing up called Age of Mythology. And the centaur unit was like the most overpowered unit because it was like highly mobile and it was an archer. So you could just kite people for days, like running away from them while shooting. It was so cool. Yeah. I'm a Sag too. Sagittarius. Rise up. Whoa. It's a sudden realization connected to my ancestry of pagan and Christian, like how collective past lives amplify your sense of vision with those ready. You know what? That sounds oddly familiar. I don't think I've stepped into that power as much, but when I talk to certain people and they're at a certain level where they want to know more about the depths of their soul, it's like I can see into it very easily. But that's why even in like regular conversations, Cristiano, are you weird like I am where I don't like talking to people if they have sunglasses on? I need to see their eyes. Like it bugs me if I can't see their eyes because that's like the gateway to the soul. Like, hi guys. Like it weirds me out a little bit. When you have a direct connect to the divine vine, we don't give a shift what anyone lies about us. Facts. Huge facts. Like once you have that, once you know, you know. And it's not like a belief thing anymore. It's like, I believe it was Carl Jung in a conversation. They asked him, they're like, do you believe in God? And he was like, it's a weird question. He's like, I know. And the interviewer kind of like got a little like weirded out by him saying that. But like when you know, you just know you're connected. You feel it. You feel the vibration, you feel the aura, the energy come over you. Like sometimes I'll ask my higher self or God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, and I'll be like, hey, what am I supposed to be doing today? And I'll run through a couple ideas, some of like my own conscious thinkings that I've been having. And some of them, it won't resonate too much. I won't feel like the vibration. And then I'll say a certain topic and all my hair on my entire body sticks up. And I feel like I start vibrating. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's the one. That's the one where I get the juice. I like that when I get the juice. Because otherwise, I'm just making it for my own ego and never works out as well as you want it to. Like-minded people. I attend NAC, Native American Church. They adopted this Irish gal. Ooh, I love me some Irish gals. Are you Native American, Pamela? Can you give me some book recommendations? Because I've wanted to learn more. I have one. It's called The Medicine Bag, and it's Native American like shamanistic healing traditions. Because I'm very interested in that. I have Quantum Touch, which is about focusing and moving your energy into certain points of your body, so then you can touch people and you can heal them. And then also in the quantum realm, kind of using my imagination, but being able to heal people is definitely something that I feel like a high level of alignment to, but not healing people through medicine, like modern medicine, like not pills and procedures, but through mindset and shifting. That stuff speaks to me a lot. Team Light, YouTube, Rion, Ruin, Unite the Collective Love. I love that. Holy sh! Oh wow, I'm really far behind on this chat. I'm gonna speed this up real quick. It's when I meditate deep enough, let Christ into my soul, feel intense calm. Certain patterns and information make far too much sense. I predicted a friend's Greek ancestry. Okay. Despite him never sharing it with me and being Australian. Wait, Christine, you sent that to me? It must have went into like a different folder. I got to check that out. I have not checked that out. I didn't see that you sent me back an email, so it must have went into like a different fucking Google saying, "Hey, this is too much love and light for this man. Put it in the spam folder." Ah! I'm trying to remember the email that I gave to you. Christine, do you remember what email you sent it back to? Because I'm gonna look at that while I'm at the gym. There's a process of remembering that comes with having people matching their frequency. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Because like usually when I have those intuitions about other people's souls, it's when we're both resonating at the same frequency, which I'll admit is sometimes difficult. Not saying that I have a perfect frequency, that it's always high, but some of my friends are very grounded in the sense of the Matrix. Like they're very bought into the Matrix, some of them. And so when I get a little too out there on some of the spiritual concepts, like I don't have any close friends in my proximity when I go to the gym or in my family that I can have these type of conversations with, and they just think they're entirely normal. I always have to bring it back to like whatever's going on in the Matrix, which is kind of, annoying, but it is what it is. I need to see into their soul to see their body language. I agree. Sunglasses is no go. Well said. Paul Butler. Yeah, I know him too. White Gold Eagle. Okay, so this is making a lot of sense. It's like if you're vibrating at a certain frequency, that's when you get certain channels that pop up. Because like my old frequency, when I was not spiritual at all, I would never have seen any of these people. And now these are most of the people that I follow, and I've unfollowed almost all the older negative based, fear based sort of frequencies. Even some of like the gaming channels, which I haven't really been gaming for a while, but I used to like this guy, Asmongold. But a lot of his stuff is like fear porn. It's very much fear porn. He likes to talk about like the news and what's going on in the world a lot. And it's a lot of negativity in the chat. And I'm just like, nah, it doesn't resonate anymore. Hopi prophecy and return of the bird tribes. Okay. I've heard of the Hopi prophecy. I haven't looked too much into it, but that seems like something I should probably do because I heard it's coming to fruition right now. Oh my God, I had a crazy dream yesterday and I want to share and get some interpretations. I was in a nested dream where I walked outside my house and in the sky there was like a shooting star all running into each other and blowing up, but I felt a sense of wonder and then fireworks went off. I do see us as like cosmic stardust in a sense. So I'm trying to think of like the symbolism in there of you're like, you walk outside, which is relatively normal, but a bunch of shooting stars. And I'm guessing the shooting stars colliding with each other, hitting each other and exploding like fireworks. I would almost see that like as your, not like a wake up call because you're already like woken up, but how your spiritual business, all these things, it's going to be like your soul, which is like your star, is going to just start colliding with other stars, other souls, and it's going to start like brightening up the sky, like your universe, and like all these people around, like a giant fireworks of ripples being sent out for all the work you've already been doing. But I love crazy dreams. I had a strange one the other day as well, where it was like a giant lodge and it was beautiful. And then this mountain that just there was no top to the mountain, and it was like very steep, but you could just keep going up and up. And on both sides, you could go endless amounts of trails. There was hiking, there was canoeing, there's all these amazing activities, and it was just like it wasn't one of those ones I want to like rip into too much and be like, all right, what does all this symbolism mean? But I had so much fun in this dream. And I was like, this is what life is supposed to be. Like I could go snowboarding on one side, and then I could go whitewater rafting on the other side. And then I could go hiking as well. I could go mountain biking. I could go and just hang out with friends. There was places all the way up. There were like a microbrewery, and I was having a beer in my dreams. And then like eating food, and I would taste the food in my dreams, and it was delicious. And like just spending time with friends, spending time with family, doing all these amazing activities, and everything was outside. There was no screens, there was no TV, there was no music that was not natural based music, because there was music, but it was people actually performing live music. And that was pretty awesome. I feel deep in you there's an energy of healing and how you support others' development without judgment. I'd agree with that. I think that was like one of my biggest wake up calls, because a lot of the times, like growing up, I didn't trust in myself, or I had to do a lot of healing. And so that path of self healing and how much love I had to express to myself, now I have the compassion towards others on the same path, because it's like we're all experiencing the same matrix life, which is like not so nice a lot. And then I was laying on my bed, going back to Christine's, and getting an insane amount of downloads to the point where I casted a protection bubble. But while I was in this bubble, something was trying to invade, and my body started convulsing, like I could not control my body, and I was like vibrating. But then I closed it and then got up, and someone was hacking all my electronics. This was happening in the dream? Or did you wake up? Did you see a visage? Was there a shadowy black figure in your house? Because I think I know what you're talking about. So I had one similar where I was in a dream and I was vibrating like violently, and then I woke up and I turned and I looked, and there was just this like kind of like a pixelated, but you can kind of still see through them, black figure that was probably like 7-8 feet tall, like just monstrous, in my room with these black eyes, just pure darkness. And then it was like they had this outstretched hand, and it was like poking me with something, and it was like trying to get into my field. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So me at like 3 in the morning told it to like fuck off, and it just like dissipated real quick. But it was the weirdest experience I've had probably in years. No, I'm not gonna ignore those. I like those. I like dreams. There's a lot of peak stuff in dreams. Peak transformation, you masterfully deconstructed your previous self and became a beacon of hope, clarity, and skill while remaining humble. Namaste, brother. We're all on that path. Let's get it. We're gonna get weird, and I love it. We are immortal, multidimensional, spiritual love beings, the indestructible ones, co-heirs with the divine vine. What the I see it the same way. Like we all are eternal, but then like while we're here, we think it's all that there is. But I'm like, no. And our soul, like even if things are going terribly for us, or like not terribly, but like bad things are happening outside of ourselves, our eternal soul is like water. Like you can stab water, you can shoot water, nothing's going to happen to the water. It's completely unfazed by it. But because of the presence of our ego mind, we get so caught up in the day-to-day lives of here and so much of the suffering. And like that's the true, I guess, teaching of life, is just to kind of like turn a blind eye to the physical reality outside of yourself and just kind of walk through it like a small child would, being fearless and just living your life out of a state of higher love and happiness. And that's when all the amazing things in life really start happening for you. Yeah, even though there was a scary part of my dream, it was pretty fun. Hashtag masochism. I love that. I feel that a lot. It's like why I love working out so much. The pain feels good. I command my atoms into right alignment now. I command my atoms into right action now. I command my pure essence return to me now. I'm a master in all that I am now. That's a nice one. I'm gonna have to is there a way I can save this? Oh no, I can look back at the chat. I'm gonna probably include those commands into the affirmation video, because that seems like that would be very helpful for alignment and self-realization. Because like self-realization would be like commanding yourself into the right action, the right alignment, and your essence to actually return to you, because your true essence is not of this world. It will be whatever you were before you even incarnated here, which is really important. I think that's going to be really important. Going back all the way to the beginning of the live stream, where I think Vercingetorix said he was like kind of piecemealing in between this and there's like the Epstein list. And I was like, yeah, dude, there's going to be so much bullshit that comes out on that, and just confusion and trying to lead people astray. And really what they need is just more alignment, not more distraction. We are invincible, fiery, victorious, love of the cosmic Christ in the physical action here now. I am you. I am you are. We are. He is. She is. I'm going to pump all these in there. Trying to get help from my dad after the electronics hack, and he was no help. You know, I think maybe you had some premonition, Christine. Because I don't talk about it on the channel, but I kind of have a feeling of what is to come as far as the collapse of the Matrix. Because I think I can say this to all of you here, but we know that there's a new Earth coming, and that the Matrix will wash away. And a big part of that will be all this AI stuff is going to start going insane. All of our emails are going to start acting out. You know, the electronics are going to go haywire. And so maybe you were getting that premonition of like everything is getting hacked. It's like the bank balances just get zeroed out. It's fear. It's just endless amounts of fear, because it's an old dying world hoping to keep us trapped in fear. And you know, it's going to be one of those things like, all right, are you going to get upset? Are you going to get crazy? Are you going to be turning on the news like, oh my God, the world's ending? Or are you going to go outside and be like, yo, you guys want to have some glizzies? Yeah, I want a glizzy. That sounds great right now, bro. Let's make a campfire. You guys want to sit around the campfire? ASMR? ASMR campfire would be crazy. I would love that. Just the crackling sound. So peaceful. Remaining humble with advanced knowledge is quite the task. I'd say so. Well, I mean, Cristiano, like you have advanced knowledge. Everyone in this chat right now has advanced knowledge, I'd say. And even that, I'm like trying to stay humble in saying that we have something that a lot of people aren't aware of, but we all have that like divine gift at a higher level that we can tap into and we can access. And it's just difficult to stay humble sometimes and like exodus yourself from certain conversations with people that just they don't want to hear it. They just want to push their views down your throat, even if they're harmful. And more so, it's like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to be impregnated by those views. I'm not going to let them into my energy field. But if I see somebody else is harming themselves, whether they realize it or not through their views, I always will want to help. And so that's the difficult part, is like, there's so many people that need sort of assistance that are just not willing to hear it yet. I don't know how that's going to necessarily happen, where there's going to be a giant, the solar flare or the solar flash, Christ consciousness coming back. I'm not sure how that will work. I would see it more so as, if God is wanting to experience all of it, he's going to want to experience the most that giant leap of consciousness that people are going to make over the next couple years. He's not going to want to just snap them forward, but he's going to give more juice to the teachers that are here now, so we can assist more in their conscious learning as they go forward. But I can't see that he would want to like skip that phase for so many souls. It would kind of deprive them of it. Because like, that's the beauty of life. You get all your perspective from that. And that perspective is what allows you to be at a higher knowledge state or a higher level of wisdom and still remain humble, is because like, you can look back and be like, yeah, I didn't know anything, and I still don't know anything. It's Okay. Cosmic Fractal Pamela. Yes. Which reminds me, I don't think I've done a fractal video yet. I should probably make one talking about how we're fractals of God. If you step out of the matrix, you realize everyone has their own matrix, and we're all connecting via our atomic energy frequency to God. Yep. 100%. And the people that you run into, the different vibrations are at the different levels, different frequencies. And that co-creates the matrix at that level and how it all plays together. But making a video on that without sounding absolutely batshit crazy is probably the reason that I have not done something like that yet. That's one of those ones where I'd want to have like a conversation about it with someone on like the couch, where it's like, guys, it's not that deep. Like, you can literally look at my toes right now. Like, it's not that serious. We're just having a good time. Like, we're just relaxed, but we're deeper consciousness. Let's like go out into the deep end. Let's walk off the edge of the cliff because we can fly, sort of conversation. To allow someone to leave their matrix, their social conditioning, is to help them connect to God. I agree with that. We fell asleep for the sake of waking up. Reheart who the heaven you are. Let pain bring due reward. Mantra of unification. Uranus did just transit into Gemini, so that checks out. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I know the astrology stuff is like a lot of things are lining up in a kooky way. The biggest part of life is change. Nothing is immune to change. Is change. Nothing is immune to change. Daddy Uranus is gonna blow some shit up. Ah, yes. Everyone in Christ consciousness living in a utopia like Lemuria. I would love that if we're all living in Lemuria, Christ consciousness, like almost no technology, but we can just co-create things. Like peaceful, more tribal centered times. Very tapped into source. But not like a utopia where like bad things necessarily don't happen, but like having just like less bullshit, I guess, in the way. Like some of the other structures. Like I can't see a world yet where there would be like no pain, no problems, but one in which we have some of these other structures out of the way would make things a lot better. Like especially the financial structures. I think that has to go away. Like we could already have infinite sort of abundance built in, but we can't have that as long as we use usury systems like our banking practices with interest. Interest is like the worst thing ever. It's awful. It only crushes the small guy. Yes. That's Christine, you're sounding like Nikola Tesla. He said that like any technology that isn't for the purpose of humanity is like a fallacy or something to that effect, which makes perfect sense. Oh yeah. Yo, Cristiano, say it from the rooftops. Give me flawed people working on growth. Perfect people have a really severe judgmental tone. They restrict so much of their own self to attain perfection. Reeks of egoic shame. 100%. I don't believe in perfection. I think the perfection is being happy with the imperfections and like seeing the imperfections as like the growth potentials to being the best version of yourself. But like the journey never ends. Like if you say you're perfect, that implies that the journey's over and then that there's no point to even living past that point at all. Like I like the perfection, and my idea of perfection is enjoying the journey wherever the journey is currently at and living in that present moment. Doesn't mean that everything has to be sunshines and fucking rainbows all the time. That's crazy. But your ability to deal with that negativity, that is the true beauty of life. That's like, there's so much fun in that. Because, like, if everything was just perfect all the time, that would be so boring. We would get so bored so quickly. Like, you damn well know that when we get to Lemuria, we're going to have the real housewives of Lemuria. We're still going to be talking shit and gossiping quite a little bit, I'd imagine. But it will just be a more loving gossip. Like, we're all still going to be on that path, but just more so, it's like we're going to be choosing love more so than all the lower emotions. The big one, Love Island Lemuria edition, is wild. That's crazy. I love Love Island. Somebody told me it was a CIA operation, and I was like, I don't even care. I don't fucking care. Like, sure, you're trying to denigrate the dating culture and the relationships of the world, but like this shit is so funny. I love it so much. Love Island's the one with the cone, right? The little Lana. Or am I thinking of Too Hot to Handle? I think I'm thinking of Too Hot to Handle. I love all of that shit. I'm one of those guys that I'll get done getting juicy and jacked at the gym, and I come home, I'm eating my steak and eggs, and I throw on rom-coms. Oh yeah, baby. I love me some rom-coms. So much fun. What's up, Azelle? This week on Real Housewives of Lemuria, the hot, sexy, divorced woman is flirting with a gay man again and has no idea he isn't into her because he's so nice. Why do I feel like this is already happening all the time? Temptation Island is my kryptonite. I don't think I've seen that one. Temptation Island. God, they've got how many fucking islands? It almost feels like it's all leading up to like Epstein Island. Oh my God, dude. How many islands and how much love can we have? And also, where do they find these humans to go on these shows? Because I swear there's some of these guys that I've seen for years on these reality TV shows. And I'm like, yo, they don't want love. None of these people want love. They want a paycheck. No, the one show that I definitely think in the future I would love to go and do would be Survivor. I would be that guy like sitting on the beach, like, all right, guys, listen up. We're going to manifest some fish. All right. And we're going to manifest some other things. Start talking about some crazy spirituality shit. And then it goes to like that aside view where all the other survivors are talking. They're like, yo, that Brian guy, he's fucking crazy, but he keeps catching fish. So like, I don't know. I'm on the fence. We're going to keep him around for a while. That would be so much fun. The couples are already together on Temptation Island. It's a that is so toxic. Wait, so you bring couples in that definitely want to cheat because that's the only reason you'd sign up to go to a show where you get just endless dick thrown at you. That's crazy. There's a TV show here in Europe, Virgin Island. They are all virgins and have saved themselves from marriage, but if they cheat on their partner, they get money. Brother. Yo, Satan just in the background, like, we trying to cook? No, but also to a degree, like, you know, if people want to have sex before, like, saving yourself to marriage is kind of crazy. And if like your heart is calling for you to do something with another partner on a show, like, it's kind of like your soul is speaking for you to a degree, as long as it's not like the ego part. But like sometimes, like on those shows, you see like a real genuine connection. And, you know, if they clap cheeks, they clap cheeks. It is what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cristiano, we got to get on Survivor. We'd crush that shit. People would be complaining. They're like, oh my God, I haven't eaten in a couple of days. I'm like, yeah, it's called fasting. Get used to it. We're going to have some fun. You bring new people in, 20 girls and 20 guys. That's So many. Holy shit. There's also X on the beach. They have to date and find love, prove they're trustworthy. Then their ex turns up randomly. And it's always a devastated former lover who hates them pure carnage. That's why I love these shows. It's like that part of myself that's still, I love that toxic shit. It's so fun to watch. I do think I've seen a season of that, though. I think they had Chad on from The Bachelor. Oh, man, I love Chad. What a Chad. I'm trying to remember the one that I most recently watched. I think it was like Sneaky Links or something. They throw a bunch of hookup fuck buddies into a hotel together, and then they end up either like finally dating each other for once because they get gaslit into it. Like, hey, well, you guys are fucking all the time. You're spending all this time together. Why don't you just give it a try? Or they find another connection. But I love the drama. It's so much fun. But it's also it's enjoyable because I get to watch the spiritual growth that a lot of them make while they're there. I think that's more so the part that I enjoy is like when they wake up. But then there's always that one like bad boy or the bad girl that is just there to stir the pot. I love that shit. Imagine a guy's proving he's not a player with a nice girl, and then bam, here comes his ex who he cheated on with her best friend. And the toxicity ensues. Oh, that would be so much fun. Oh, that'd be such a good time. All right, I gotta check what time it is. Ooh, been on for like quite a bit here. No, not the juiced up bodybuilder with a cross necklace. Oh no, not again. It's always the bodybuilder. I swear. Yeah, no, Christine, have a good swim. We're gonna definitely have to do a live together. I'll have to write that down and remember to look into a uh, a live call platform and then how to get that put over onto YouTube while we do it. Or we could just pre-record it. But it's a lot of fun doing this, and we could split screen it and then have the comments. Cause that's like that would be so much fucking fun. It would be chaos. Chaos. And then we get Cristiano in here too. Oh yeah. But yo, Cristiano. Hey yo, hey yo. I love God and that ass, baby. Give me that ass. I love that shit. It's so toxic, but it's so good for the soul. Looking for a real good wife, walks up to the most ridiculously plastic surgery modified hypersexualized woman you've ever seen and says, "Marry me." That's big facts. But it's like there's only so much a man can do when the BBL presents itself. It is what it is. But yeah, dude, those ones are like the not I mean, everyone's beautiful, but for my taste, I'm not attracted to it when there's all that work done, like the Botox in the lips, all the makeup like way overdone. There's some of the ladies at the gym that literally are wearing like thongs upstairs to work out with. And I'm like, what are we doing here? It's crazy. That could be a reality TV show. Just the gym that I go to. And then I just kind of over in the corner do my workout like, yeah, don't mind me. I'm just blinders on because if I look to the left, oh, there's coochie hanging out. Oh, that dude's boner is popping out of the bottom of his pants because he can't stop looking at all this coochie up here. It's crazy. When someone's had 100K of work done and you see over-edited version of a human under the plastic. That's true. The worst is when you see some of the before and after photos and they're like genuinely like a gorgeous human being before. And you're like, damn, I don't know who hurt you that made you want to do this. Or if you've just watched every single season of the Kardashians or whatever that other show was, 90210. I don't know. The plastic surgery and the Botox craze is insane because it just ages you way quicker. I hear you. I may be gay, but I'm seeing stuff. Yo, the gays be wilding too at the gym. I'm not going to lie. Some of them, yo, when it's hot out, it's Speedo season, baby. I'm like, I'm trying to be like that nice guy. So I talk to everybody, but I can't even, I'll slip it out sometimes. I'll be like, hey man, nice banana hammock. And they're like, whoa, brother. I'm like, I can't help it. It's staring at me. The anaconda is staring at me. Please put it away. Cover it with a towel. Feed it. Yeah, the banana hammock. The worst for me is guys who get plastic surgery abs and gain weight and then got 6 lumps on their stomach. Yeah, that's so funny though. When I see it, I'm like, what is happening? They're like, hey, rizzed up Tom Selleck is giving me the eyes. Hey, what's going on, ladies? Yeah, that's the thing, is I'm just like open-minded and I'm just secure. Like a lot of my friends at the gym are the gay guys. Like, especially after I'm out in doing like yoga and stuff, I like to go in the steam room. Holy shit, man. Talk about, that's like gay haven right there. Everyone in there, no towels on, cocks out, wild. It's crazy. Everybody's talking about some fun stuff. It's all loving personalities. It's a good time. Like, I'm just having a fun time in there. I'm just not going to look down. That's all I'm not going to do. Like, I don't need to see it. I know it's there. It's staring at me. I feel the energy resonating off your schmeat right now. But I just came in here for that minty menthol. But yeah, yeah, dude, gay guys have some of the most complex workouts, and I love it. There's one buddy, I can't do it because I'm sitting in a chair, but I asked him, I was like, what is that workout that you're doing? And he said it's the best for your lower back and your abs, and he calls it swimmers. So he pulls his upper chest, like laying flat on the ground. He pulls his upper chest up and then his legs up, and he kicks his legs behind him like this. And then he has his arms and he flutters his arms out from in front of him to behind him, all while doing like this flapping motion. And he does this while wearing shorty shorts. And I'm like, I can see your nuts, my boy. but but he's got an amazing body. So it's like, it is what it is. But yeah, I would love to see some Qigong in the gym. I would probably have to go like 5 a.m. in the morning, see that. But I see it every morning when I go out on my dog walk. If I go out early enough, that's when the Asians manifest. They're just out in the middle of the park. I'm like, I didn't realize we had this many. And they're just out there just oh. I can't fucking take it seriously. That's like my biggest toxic trait is I can't take anything seriously. I'm just vibing. Just peacefully living. One of these days, I'm going to go out there with my dog and Qigong my dog with me. And I'm just going to absorb all that energy. But yeah, you think the dude's 30 and he's 70? That's true. I've actually, like it's one of those conversations I have to get really comfortable with the person so I don't offend them. But I ask a lot of the gay guys, I'm like, you guys age so much better than like the straight guys. So like, is it the skincare routine or is it the bitches? Are the women? Are they the reason? Because like whenever I see the gay couples and I hang out with them, they are never stressed out. Never stressed out. Because it's like they don't have to do all the mental gymnastics. Like I guarantee their heads are like they're resonating at the same wavelength where it's like the one is like, hey, you want to like go get some food after this and then clap cheeks? And the other one's like, I already had that thought. And this, I shouldn't be doing this. It's more like this. It's just perfect. It just resonates. The gays fight in private. I would love to watch that. Like, I wish there was a show because I would watch it where it was just like the most flamboyantly extra gay men all trapped in a tiny little house, turn off the air conditioning, and then have like all foods that are like not healthy foods or something. So like they're all raging. They're like, oh my God, Chris, I thought you said there was going to be salads and there's no salads and I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Chris, what are we doing? I would have so much fun. Yeah, dude, I love gay reality TV. I miss out on it because, like, back when I was in school at college, half my frat being gay was the most fun thing ever in my entire life. That shit was the most humorous I've ever seen. Like, them fighting with each other. But also, you could have, like, the sexiest girls come to the party. And there was this one guy. His name wasn't Chris. I'm trying to remember his name. But, Connor. And he's like 6'3", really tall. He was a makeup and what would you call it for like stage plays? The costume designer. And he would just obliterate these women. They would walk in the door and he's like, Skylar, you literally just wore that dress 2 weeks ago. You fucking slut. Why are you wearing the same thing over again? You already got some dirty dick while you were in it before, Skylar. Huh? What are we doing, Skylar? And just like roasting him. And I was like, dude, you are my spirit animal. It was, yeah. The confidence. That's where I learned a lot of confidence when I was younger, was hanging out with the gay guys. Because they would just go up to anybody and be like, hey, I think you're cute. That's so true. I made this really a good gay best friend when I was out. So we went to the Riviera in Chicago for a concert, and then afterwards we went to a bar. And there's this, he does the Botox injections. His name's Michael, and he was buying us drinks all night. He was so flamboyant. He was the nicest man ever. But then there was like some girls that would try and like come and bump their way in, and they would like bump through him, and he would just be like, excuse me, I'm standing here, I am a person. excuse you. Go somewhere else. Ew. And just like shoo them away. And I was like, dude, he's so overly protected because he knew exactly what they were trying to do. Like, just come over, just fish for compliments, probably ruin my night, try and ruin my life type shit. These are the party girls, right? They're not the God-fearing girls. So yeah, they're overly protective and just shoo them away all the time. It was awesome. I had so much fun. That was a great night. Oh. All right. It's like at the 2:30 mark, guys. So I've got to get showered and head out of here. I got to still get to the gym. I got yoga, I think, at 4:30. So I'm going to get out of here. So it's been nice chatting. I love seeing you guys. And we'll have to do this again very soon. Because every single time I do a live stream, I'm thinking it's going to be like 30 minutes long. And then it ends up being over 2 hours every time. And we have a lot of people that come in and join. And it's like, so it's such a fun time. So, hey, thank you, Cristiano, Azelle, Pamela, for joining. I think Christine already popped off. She's going swimming. Thank you for joining. This was a lot of fun. Love hanging out. So I'll let you guys know when I'm planning on doing another live stream, and keep it going. This has been awesome. So thank you guys. Catch you around. Bye-bye.